That's enough music. Hello, how are we all? Oh my word, what is the, yes. I will have to adjust that screen in a moment, because that is horrendous. Oh god. Not all PS1 games display equal, apparently. Supposedly that's fine. Okay, so I had a quick look on the save file to see where we were at. We have just got all the gold medals on the license tests. So we have a 400R, a Demio A-Spec, which means we did the Sunday Cup, and the TRD 3000 GT and the concept car. So we have 4 cars. Most of these will be eligible for shit, but in the meantime, the 400R is a 4-wheel drive car. Now, this is where the playthrough gets a tad boring, because we're gonna have a go at the Clubman Cup, but we need to farm a lot of money. We will need to farm a lot of money on this playthrough, which I don't like doing, but we have to. It is a necessity of playing this game franchise. And whilst I am here, I will also endeavour to fill the screen out correctly with the correct information. This game feels so weird without audio. So these are our opponents. We've got an Impreza Wagon, an MR2 GTS, 180 SX, a FTO, and a Civic. We should be okay. Should be. Right, let's get this adjusted as best as I can. It's gonna be about that, isn't it? Realistically. Yeah, it's gonna have to be like that. Okay, so here we go. Got some qualifying to do in our Nismo, but we need to farm a lot of money because we will have a lot of cars that we need to buy. I also need to, there we go. I don't think this will be the, feels so weird playing this game again. Interestingly, this is I think, a turbocharged car. No boost gauge on the game. So, oh god, hello. Oh god, car's oversteering everywhere. No, that's not work. This is not going to be a pole that time. I'll be really impressed if it is. But this is what I get for having to warm up again. This is absolutely what I get for having to warm up. Yeah, miles off the pace. Right, okay, that was expected. Okay, here we go, race time. We already know the qualifying grid. Here we go! We'll have to see how this car fares, but we will need to buy a couple of cars at some point. Whoa. 2 ETS? He on the MRS, that's what it's called over here, but no, the old one was the MR2. MRS. Oh, the hardcore racing going on down there behind the AR. So our car's definitely quick enough, but I was rusty driving, I guess. Oh. Oh, God, careful. I can't lie, part of me would not prefer the Japanese soundtrack to the post, but this is, again, really weird place game, so I can't do much about that one. Punted up the arse, you are a cunt! Civic's there, so. Civic 100% last. This car does not turn. That's four-wheel drive for you, I guess. Ugh. Apparently this is a novice difficulty race. Whoa. Yeah, it's a competitive car, but it's not we're not gonna get the MRFs. Oh, them ramming me up the arse completely fucked me up, man. Fuck you. Not what I needed, but it'll have to do. What's next race? Clubman Stage Route 5. We can do that. Come on and cut. Show me what you've got. Ooh. Ugh. Break. See what we can do. This feels like a good lap. Feels like a good lap. Oh! Sub 1 minute by like the slimmest of margins. Let's go. I'm still nowhere near what I need to be. What the hell happened here? Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh god. Give me a second. Right. Here we go. We've got to do the race now. Yeah, it turns out this car is not as competitive as I initially thought it would be. I just need to turn the light on soon. It's dark. Let's see what we can do. Thank you for the bread. Thank you for the bread? Thank you for the lurch bread. Yeah. I can English. I can English. I also realised there's a very, 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 very tiny gap on the left-hand side. Whoa. There we go. Head larger. Oh god, careful cut. Come on. Okay, this car's not as quick as I thought. Definitely has some low end pull. Oh god, car, no. Ow. Come on, car. At the very least, we need to beat the MRS. At the very least. Oh. Not the impressed for a little wide. Car does not turn. Oh. Oh, I undercooked that. I don't have the lightness of the other cars, but I definitely have the horsepower. That doesn't seem to be favouring me too much. So you know, you press a Y, let the car do the work. Well, we got a win. We got a win at least. Doesn't drive very well, the car went up. Right, okay. Give me my money! Now, we nearly have enough money for the car we actually need to start real credit farming. And I say to start farming because the yeah, so I say start farming on the sole ground that making money in this game is difficult and you need a lot of cars and upgrades to do it. Now the fastest way I know to make money is to make a speed cut, but we're going to need to fully upgrade like an R33 or something. We need to 100% max one out or Viper to realistically have a chance in that series, because we need a 900 horsepower machine. BioWare also didn't seem to be absolutely well, so the amount of turbo lag in that car was ridiculous. while we wait for this, I'm gonna go somewhere. I don't quite know what I expected, because it wasn't hot. I don't think our car's quick enough for this. In that it's quick, but it's too heavy. There's no, it doesn't really handle. Straight line, it's okay. I actually don't know what the maximum output of this car is, but I guess there's always one way to find out. Ugh, car. Oh, Subaru's struggling more than I am. I'm surprised. It's statistically the best car on paper. 180 SX, which is second place. Oh my word. I'm dangerous. Oh. Oh. Nuts. That 180 SX per second. Let's go. Let's go, my god. That rubber banding effect there. That's why all the cars are in a straight line. Oh. Nearly there, just one more corner. Bit of a cut, but I guess that's okay. There we go. Woo! We made it. Yeah, the 180 SX per second is pretty good go. Okay, so we obviously got the prize money coming in, which is 20k, which is solid. We obviously won a new car. For those who don't know, it will be the Camaro 35th anniversary. Pretty sure it's the Camaro 35th anniversary. Oh, 30th. There you go. There it is. Nothing particularly special. But something, I guess. I'm gonna quickly save the game as well. Right, so, as you can see, that is basically the extent of what we can actually complete, pretty much. I don't think we'll have any other car... Oh! Oh, okay, we can do this, but... Like, what cars are we going to be racing? Because obviously this is only for normal cars. You can't race modify it and then enter it. You have to run it with a normal car. But what are we against? Their odds I kind of fancy, but... Okay. Got all mini. This would also be one of the strongest cars for it because of its high power output. The only other ones it could potentially the 5 race you could afford for that. But this is also a 5 race championship car. I don't think I think it's a electric. I don't have the tyres on this car. I really wish I did. You can't modify the cars for this championship, so maybe we'll be okay. NSX I think might be the strongest car. 39A. I have no idea how it's done. Use your music cue to figure it out. Oh, we are pole. Okay. Get 10k for going on pole. Excuse me. Okay, we could win a fair bit of money in this championship, which may allow us to get the cars we need for some of the other events. Because I want to race modify them, because you have to upgrade them. You can't run these, like the main events other than these ones with stock cars. So maybe this one would be the one we need to farm, but obviously it's no short of fair. They're 5-lap races, with 5 races each, so... Okay, I hadn't actually thought about this aspect. Every time I play through this game, I do the old-fashioned way of building credit, buy a car, do the championship, build credit, buy a car. I hadn't actually thought about doing it this way. I thought this would count as a tuner car. And the only reason I think it was a tuner car was because it isn't technically a... It's not technically a factory car, but I guess it is. I'm assuming the TRD 3000 is exactly the same. The Toyota Supra. But obviously this is the slightly stronger car and it's 4-wheel drive, so you do have the acceleration. It also seems like there's no rubber banding in this car, which is surprising. Could also be the track. But yeah, you're not after any modifications for this championship. So all the AI are on stock cars with stock out. This car might not do better. So there you go. For anyone doing a Gran Turismo 1 playthrough, I reckon I'm doing it this one. doing it with the 400R, because not only is it a high-paying event, okay, just take it, but not only is it a high-paying event, it's actually not hard. Like, if you have this car, you should be okay. It obviously takes a little bit of skill to get the car hustling around the track, but against what is effectively stock components running twice the amount of horsepower, that's not terrible. Especially when they're all Japanese sports cars. Like, there's an R33 GTR in there, sure, there's an NSX, probably the future of the an Impreza, an Evo 5, we're doing alright. AI all seem a bit glued together for third, fourth, and fifth. Second and third ran away with it. That's really interesting. So yeah, I fully expect the NSX to be the top of this championship. But I think that's negated by the fact that I've got a four-wheel drive, 400 horsepower car. Stop. So you may be able to do something like the TVR or the Viper level. Like, yeah. Not even an Evo 5, it's an Evo 4. Okay. Okay. 50 grand, excuse me. Holy shit! Okay, this is by far and away the best way to make money. What the flip? I bet they're all at long circuits too. Like, there's Grand Valley, Special Stage Route 11, it's gotta be surely, right? Okay. I can't believe how effective that is. Wow, okay. I didn't realise the price was so high. Like, yeah, this... For time and investment, I think this would be the best one. Okay. More you know. The more you know. It's going to be a 1:45. That should be okay for cold, but let's not get our hopes up. Oh, it is! Huh. Oh, there you go, guys. How is this part 3 and we're on 150 grand? What the flip? Hello, Weena! Good, thanks so much. How are you? Welcome in, man. God, look at 1997 video game graphics. I have named this upon the greatest way to ever do a playthrough in my entire life. You doing this championship with this car. I hadn't realised that you could use it so early into the game. And it's so effective. I hadn't realised how effective this is as a strategy this game. I'm kind of flabbergasted. Because I was obviously saying earlier in the stream like, oh, we have to make money and we're gonna have to repeat events to make said money so we can complete the game. This was not at all what I was expecting. I didn't realise this championship paid out so much. My voice? Really? Really? Okay, well, I I don't know what else I can do. Is that better? Is that better? I'm trying not to peak the audio now. And I need a pop filter. I don't think the game was that loud. Maybe I'll have to adjust the in-game audio a little bit because I can barely hit. This is better. Okay. But yeah, as I was saying, like I was saying earlier in the stream, like, oh, we have to make a load of money. Like we've got to make a load of money, and we're gonna have to repeat events to make said money. I hadn't realised how effective this strat was right at the start of the game, and all you need to do is gold all the licenses. It is genuinely incredible how effective this strat. I mean, yeah, obviously we've got the NSX behind us, but the NSX is a bit of a sweaty car anyway. But for a stock car championship, this strat rules. Like, obviously, yeah, you can give the NSX a bit, no one cares. Because that is a sweaty car to use. It's a Type S0, so not even a Type R. But this is effectively a championship for stock road cars. And stock road cars aren't great. As you can probably tell by the fact that I'm struggling to keep this thing in check. But you can't run any modifications, neither can the AI. And this championship, on paper now, seems not so daunting. As long as you don't modify this car, you'll be okay. And I hadn't thought about this strat before. I was like, oh, surely this can't enter this championship. And then it entered, and I was like, oh, okay. And we got 10 grand for qualifying in pole, and I was like, oh, okay, that's easy. Then we got like 50 grand from winning the race. I was like, excuse me, 50 grand for what is effectively winning this race. The game was like, yes it is, and I was like, okay. There's 5 races in this championship, which means that a minimum, if a BMW 2 Coupe yesterday. That's cool. Was it the M2 like or was 2 Series? 2 Series M2. But yeah, apparently this championship is a moneymaker. It'll give you, assuming you win every race and qualify on pole for all of them, you will make 300 grand, and that's not including the championship prize pot at the end. I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. So we've already stumbled into a fair bit of money, which will get us a car or two for some of the championships we need, which surprises me. Not the M2, the 6 the M Performance. Ah, how was it? Oh god, Skyline's trying to kill me. Yeah, how was it, man? Did you enjoy it? This game without music is so weird. I don't like how silent this game is without music, but I have to keep it on. Right? It sucks, but I can't do much about it. Thankfully, we can have a look because that's not copyrighted. Even though most of the cars sound exactly the same. Lap 5 now. I wonder what other tracks is going to put us on. Like, surely there's some other tracks is going to put us on. Also, this championship has no rubber band. So take that how you will. All the other races do. Okay. Well, I'm assuming you shouldn't have this car then, but I'm glad to hear that you had fun driving the car. That sounds like you had an awesome time. I wish I could legally drive. Closest thing to driving I can do at the moment is work in sim racing. I'm fairly okay at it. I can't drive legally. So that will be race 2 of 5 this championship. All 5 lap affairs, which is probably why they pay out so much. This game goes dummy hard. I know, right? Hello, Daytenium. How are you? I think I've said that right, based on the fact that this is yeah, Daytenium. How are you? Welcome in, dude. I can't play the music on this game, which sucks. You did. Most people just call me Day though. Fair enough. Welcome in. I'm interested to know how you found the channel. Feel free to stick around. Cubanate fucking slaps. Yeah, but it's also copyrighted. So this is our wonderful opponent list that we're racing against. I appreciate my face is blocking some of the some of the grid, but you can get the idea. The only big problem we have is that NSX. That NSX is the only competitive car in this field. Everything else is slow. Like off the pace slow. Like that Evo's nowhere. The R33 is heavy. The Impreza can't do shit. The RX-7. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been meaning to do a playthrough of this game. So I'm picking it back up. I had streamed it a while ago, but I just realised that by doing the championship, I stuck it into a great money scrap. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, I just can't play with it. Also, we're not playing it on an emulator, which is why it looks a bit ass. Because this is how it actually looked. Well, I say I'm not playing it on a PC emulator. I'm playing it on a PS3. I'll read that message in a minute. Die. Is this all the short circuits? Because if it's just 5 laps of short circuits, that's the championship I can live. We did all ring minute. Then we've done Grand Turismo. Then we've done this. There's like high speed ring, surely, or Autumn ring. Autumn ring's like one of the shortest tracks. The RX-7 A split, oddly enough, has an aero glitch, one that makes it so without race modifications, aero lock 0-0. I mean, to be fair, if you want some really, really interesting trivia, we weren't even pole. The NSX beat us by 3.5 tenths. God damn it. That NSX is a really competitive car though. It doesn't really... If you can get the pivot on it and control the oversteer, it's not terrible. Oh well, there's 10 grand we've lost, but it's okay. We'll probably make it back up in the race. But I recently picked up the Gran Turismo 1 manual. Right, I wanted to share this on stream because I thought it was interesting, but I picked up the manual recently, and it's from my actual copy that I've had for years. I want you guys, if you can read it, of course, to tell me how many spelling mistakes you can read in that page. And my camera is shy. Yeah, I saw it. Hello, I'll have a look in a minute. But the amount, like, look, I don't know if you can see, look how they spell Trueno. I'm not joking. It's spelled Torraino. How? And they spell it wrong not once but twice. They've spelt it wrong twice because there's the BZG and the GT Apex version. What the hell? Also, every single Mazda MX-5 is called a Yunus Roadstar. Not a Roadster, a Roadstar, which is spelt wrong 6 times. They've spelt Roadster wrong 6 times in the same page. That's not even a joke. Like, I know my camera's shit. Maybe if I can, I'm just gonna call it cam. I'm gonna see if I can full screen my camera. I need to add a source. What is it? Fudge. It's in here somewhere. Oh, what is it? That's a cloud browser display. No. No. Where is it? What did I put it under? It's literally under webcam. Oh yeah, I can imagine. I can legitimately imagine that being the case. Where's the damn? Might be gain capture. Receipt? No. Tell you what, I'm just gonna. What's this? Can I? Oh, it's a video capture device. Duh. What else was it? What else was it gonna be? Video capture. Oh my god, there it is. Right. Okay. So I've now got my camera set up for full screen. I'm gonna quickly edit it. It's 720p, so I apologize. I don't. This camera's pants. I need a better one. But I don't know if you can tell, just about maybe, that they've spelt so many things wrong in this manual, and the only reason I saw this was because of a video. Like, you can literally see the Torino Roadstar typing mistakes. It's very hard to make out, but if you look carefully just enough, you'll be able to see it. Legitimately insanity. How they let that slip through production, I have no idea. But it's all in that manual. And that's the black label one. It's not even the platinum. And I think the platinum supposedly has the exact same issue. So the thing is, right? The A spec. I'm assuming you're on about the racing modified, or are you on about the because the A spec I remember is the racing modified in this game. It's not the same as it's not the same as the RZ or the Affinity Type R or anything like that in the game. But the A spec I can imagine, yeah, which is the race modified car. However, believe it or not, in all my time playing GT1, I have never ever bought a 500,000 credit car. I've never bought one of the pre-made race cars from the dealership. I've always race modified the road cars, so I thought that was the. Is it called the Element Edition of this game? It's been a while since I played it. I'll have to go through the dealership when I get a chance. Look, we've dominated. What was it? 1 minute 0.7 I did. I'm just bring my Alpine. This just goes to show I should pay attention to what I'm playing. Unfortunately, though, that car is not eligible for the championship, so I can't use it. It does have an That sounds about right. But yeah, I recently did some research on this game, and I have found I have found a lot of interesting trivia for this game that you may or may not know. That the typing mistakes in the manual was one of them. But did you also know that manual actually lists out a car that is also eligible, but isn't actually it's eligible, but you can't actually use it, or wait. It looks great. I prefer the black, honestly, but the grey is nice too. But whenever I've run it in yellow, it's literally race modified. But this may just have to be our workhorse car for this championship. We've still got the TRD 3000 GT, and we've got the concept car, but you can only win this car once unless you transfer it against another game save, which is fine. But like, I can't exactly say I'm in need of a shit ton of cars for this championship right now. But this would give us enough money to get us something good and race modify it, which we will need for a couple of the championships later. Now, part of me was debating the R33, and I know what you're thinking, why don't you just use this? But if this car is this good in this championship, why should I race modify it? So, we'll have to look at getting some race modified race cars. Obviously, we've got the impressive rally edition to go against, like, a couple of the championships. Four-wheel drive championship, this may be fine, but I don't trust myself with it. I'd rather get an upgraded car, have it race modified, so I know it's going to be kind of good. So there's a lot to think about with what we're going to do with the money we're getting. Because if I can minimise the amount of replays I need to do, I will be happy. But realistically speaking, we can only buy a couple of cars from this championship to complete some of the other events with. And those other events are going to cost more to actually buy a car and upgrade for than they are in terms of payout. So there is that to consider as well. And don't get me wrong, I love the Gran Turismo games. I'm not too big on the newer ones like 6, Sport, and 7, because there's no V-Spec mode. But I can just about stomach GT1 enough because it's much older. I can just about tolerate it being all A-Spec. Same with GT3, and I know we've just finished our GT3 playthrough, all of which is now on YouTube if you ever want to go watch that back. But maybe this GT2 will be on the cards at some point. But for now, we've got Driver 1, we've got this, and Need to Be Most Wanted 05, they're the games we've got going on playthroughs at the minute. And Ridge Racer 6, of course. GT6, right, I didn't expect it to be a bad game by any means. I just didn't like what they did with it. I just didn't like what they did with the game. The funny thing is, right, I would love to do a playthrough of GT4, but if I'm doing a GT4 playthrough, the amount of time and investment I'm going to have to put into it is going to be insanity. And I will not lie, if I do GT4, it will mostly be B-Spec. It will mostly be B-Spec, and the endurance races I will have to make some exceptions for. It's not like GT3, where they were only about 2 hours each. Like, some of the championships in GT3 took numerous streams to complete because of how long the 10 lap shit was. If you think I'm going to have a live stream with 3 24-hour races, you've got another thing coming. I'm not leaving my PS3 or PS2R, that's how I'm streaming. I'm not leaving my PS2 on for 24 hours. I outright refuse. I don't think that's a fair way to do a stream. And not only that, if it's a playthrough, I get it, it's not 100% authentic, and I'll admit my GT3 one isn't quite 100% me, because God knows how sore my thumb gets on the pressure-sensitive buttons. At some point you're gonna would you believe me if I said my mic is maxed out? My mic is maxed out, my game is just so loud, but I couldn't actually tell you why. Weed whack. Give me a sec. Let me see. Let me see what I can do. Because chances are it's because this thing is set up to an audio that's too high. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to hear it now. But if that's better, let me know. If it's not better, I'm sorry. I can barely hear my game now. Because every time I change the audio on here, it changes my audio in game. And I can't really edit that. It's annoying. And I haven't really been bothered to sit down and try and figure out the specifics of this setup right now. It's just been good enough. It's just been good enough that but I don't know if it isn't working. I'm sorry. If it is, because if I turn this down anymore, I'm not going to be able to hear it. Whatever you just did, you are much clearer now. Sick. All I did was change the video capture volume down from 70 to 30. If that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. I didn't realize, but I have to set that for every console individually. Insanity. Absolute insanity. I also need like a designated mic, which I'm trying to save up for with like, any stream support stuff. Any stream support stuff I'm trying to get some better equipment for, which would be nice. But if that's better, then that's better. That'll do. Oh, this NSX literally needs to go in the trash. Can you go away? If I didn't get into a fight, I'd straight up get you in. Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple of ideas of what I want to do. There's like a whole bundle. There's like a whole bundle you can get, and it's like, I think it's like £400. But I only have like just over a quarter of that in stream savings right now, because I don't put anything into my own equipment right now. I do it all through like subs. And dude, that bundle weighs a lot. I know, right? Oh my word. The NSX, right? It's not even a heavy car. It's just the fact it's mid-engine that it's so competitive in this championship. That is the sole reason. That is the sole reason why it's so quick. It's mid-engine. None of the other cars here are. The four-wheel drive will just understeer like a piggy. Downloading the patch. No, it wouldn't. Okay, see you later. Cheers, Halloweener. Have a good day, dude. I'll probably catch you on Messenger or something. Oh, by the way, Day, if you haven't, I recommend dropping a follow. I do stream a lot of racing games, not necessarily Gran Turismo, but I do stream a lot of racing games. And I do have a lot of fun trivia about them. Like I said, we've got Most Wanted 05 to finish, we've got this, there's... Hey, there you go. Cars in this game drive weird in general, but the GTRs feel rich. Do you know what it is? All the weights at the front, like, I can tell you what it is. So, weight transfer. That's why these cars are... If you don't brake in a straight line, this thing is sliding. And the moment it starts sliding, you're just not going around the corner. You just start... Like, you're sliding wide, but you can't drift. There's no give in the rear. Like, the diff is too... The diff is too locked for this to be, like, driven quickly through drifting. But if you brake and turn, it pivots to rear because that's where all the weight is. In the same way that if you accelerate in an EMR, all the weight's at the back. But, like, to drive this car quickly, you have to kind of, like, drift it everywhere. You have to throw all the weight in to get the car to turn, and then hope it pivots enough around the corner. Like that you can that you can lift the throttle off and then floor it on exit. It's really weird, and I think it's just due to the fact that Like they have no turning circle. Race modified cars genuinely do have a much better feel to them. They do drive really well, but it's the drivetrain and the fact that these are on stock tires. Like four-wheel drive cars absolutely refuse to cooperate on the most part because all of the wheels are spinning at the same speed, give or take. That you kind of just have this really. If you kept a car at the same speed in four-wheel drive, you'd have the same turning circle because there's no pivot at the rear. But the rear-wheel drive cars allow you to pivot the car on the throttle, whereas the GTR you have to kind of pivot it with the brake on turning, and then kind of keep the car on the like you almost want, in a way, to brake, turn the car in, not be on the throttle to keep the car turning in, then accelerate on exit. It's really weird. But as someone that has gold licensed a lot of Gran Turismo games, you should see the amount of time I spent trying to gold A7 in Gran Turismo 3. That took a while. I think it took me 40 minutes to do a 14-second license test because of how unreasonable it is. But oh god, car. Whoa. Seattle circuit, the right hander after the jump. Yeah. You have a 14-second time limit. It's the only one where you can do it in like the world record. I think is like just over 1/10 faster than gold. That's the world record, which is insanity. Like to have that little margin for error is crazy. But then again, the Camaro is probably the mean car of license tests. Because don't get me started on IC3 and 4. Oh god, the Camaro has been the subject. Yeah, it's one of them where the way I did it was you had to use the curb on the left hand side to turn the car in tight enough so you could you had to turn the car in tight enough that you could actually floor it. Because the idea, yeah, it's because you couldn't cut the corner as much. That's why it was hard. That's the only reason why IC4 was hard. If you couldn't cut the corner and you didn't know how tight it was. But through muscle memory, you kind of just got better. BK4 made a great meme out of that shit. It's just called Camaro, funnily enough. But then again, if I had to rate some of the hardest license tests of all time, none of them are on like any of the newer games. Yeah. Effectively, they wanted to see how well. They wanted you to build up some muscle memory for the initial part, and then they were just like, right, we're going to take all that fairness away, and we're going to beat you over the head with it. Not the worst test I've ever done, I will admit. IC4 is genuinely, if you know what you're doing, IC4 isn't terrible. Really. Do you know what is terrible that I remember? There was, I think we did it on the GT4 prologue playthrough, I think it was. And we had to do Alpha at Rome. Yeah, that wasn't fun, but you can wall ride that one. You can wall ride that one. Unless you're on about the Rome night circuit in the 155. That one is just a commit. That's just momentum. That's all momentum. Bear in mind. Oh yeah, I thought it was gonna fucking. Of course, the last race of this championship is at the second longest track in the game. Because Grand Valley, believe it or not, is shorter. Sorry, longer. Grand Valley as a circuit is longer than Special Stage Route 11. And it's ironic that since GT3, Special Stage Route 11 has never reappeared in, like, don't get me wrong, right? I wouldn't say I am one to cheese license tests. I like to complete them all on merit, and I don't think I've ever done a license test that I've had to cheese my way to victory yet, right? So I like to think that on the most part, I'm pretty good, right? I don't think I'm a terrible driver. I'm pretty capable of golding a lot of these by either some or quite some considerable distance, right? Like, I can usually get a good 10th or 2 under the gold pretty consistently. But there are some that I'm just like, okay, not today. And I would have a top 10, but I at least don't have to feel the pain of what Japan's S16 was on GT4. If you don't know what the Japanese S16 test was, you know how in IA15 you had the pace car, which is already a meme, with the Evo, the 198, the 190 Evo, and you had to do a pace lap. So in the UK American version, we got the Evo touring car around the Nordschleife as the final test. That's acceptable, I'll admit. That one's acceptable. And then there was the Japanese S16 test in GT4, which was the Sauber C9 at Nord, and I think you had to do a sub 6-minute lap. I think it was. Or was it sub 7? I think it's a sub 7-minute lap. It's ridiculous. It might be 6 minutes though. But they ask you to lap that circuit at light speed. Pretty fun. I also hate Special Stage Route 11. It's one of my least favourite tracks in Gran Turismo. We destroyed the goal time. What the hell? Okay. We are fucking loaded with money. Holy shit. Would you believe me if I said that I managed to gold a lot of all, if not all the tests in GT4 with the assists on? It's all in the technique, but that's the same with every GT license test. But you got, like, I wouldn't say I'm a casual racer, alright? Oh god, hello. I wouldn't say I'm a casual racer. I'd say I'm, well, I race semi-professionally, right? Like, not in real life, but in the virtual world, I do race semi-professionally. I say semi because I've kind of taken a step back from the whole competitive racing scene, but I've been on the scene for about 11 years now, right? So, I wouldn't say I'm a terrible driver anyway, but I am very, very much a creature of habit. I play games the way I remember playing them, which is why with Gran Turismo 3 I never ran manual, in the same way that 1, 2 and 4 I never run manual. The only difference between 3 and 4 was is that you had a method of extending your gear ratios, which for the acceleration test licenses helped a lot, because you spent less time changing gear. And anything in first gear to second gear was always a fucking awful shift. It was horrendous. The car just never actually, like, shifted quickly. And that doesn't matter if you're in manual or auto. So I'm just like, okay, if I can delay the gear shift, then we'll be okay. I also found out the best way to get a good start in Gran Turismo game as well. So there are ways I can cut that time down naturally by using what assets I do have. But I will be completely level with you. If I was to stream GT4 again, I might have to make some considerations on the license test. Because I'm not going to sit there and do 80 license tests so many times that I have to go insane. The only exception I think we did that for was GT4 Prologue, and that was just because that game was just a massive license test. Like, the whole of GT4 was just a massive license test, basically. And I'll never forget the 10-lap one. The 10 laps at Fuji Speedway, and all of the cars had no assists, obviously. So, yeah, they were interesting. Although it was really, really fun to be lectured about how to drive by Vicky Butler Henderson. I can't believe we gotta do 5 laps of SSR 11, that's awful. Car, come on, cooperate. Car! Please pump me, thank you. Oh god, what? This NSX needs to go. This championship would be so much easier if the NSX just wasn't here. And I know that's a really reductive statement to make, but it actually would. This NSX is going to be the bane of my existence if I ever have to replay this championship, because I'm pretty sure the opponents don't really change. I'm pretty sure. Like, occasionally you get the other opponents. I mean, the Viper, right? I feel like that wouldn't be terrible. Because the Viper has so much power, I don't think the AI would be particularly good in it. It also has a really bad habit of understeering. But that NSX, I'd argue, is worse than the Viper. The only thing that would make that Viper hard is the fact it has a lot of horsepower. That's the only thing that would make it hard. But if I've just got a lucky, opponent list, then that's great. Because obviously the Viper is the most powerful stock car in the game, and whilst that's good for power, it doesn't necessarily mean it's good for handling. Although with the way this thing's driving at the minute, that wouldn't surprise me if it was competitive. However, I also can't see the Viper being as quick as the NSX. I think it would be about where that RX-7 is, realistically, because of how bad it doesn't have the agility. It has the speed, but I don't think it has the agility of some of the cars here, in the same way that the R33. However, like I said, having it as an opponent would not surprise me. I fully expected it to be here going in. Same with the DB7, but I guess they don't. I'm assuming it is one of the potential. Oh, what the hell? Thank you. Here comes the RX-7. At least there's no rubber banding in this championship. Although I'd love to know what the flip's going on between the Subaru and the R33. The Evo 4 is nowhere. And the AI also really don't care about racing lines per se. Oh god. Because this car does not. You can't change the tyres either, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to change the tyres on this car for it to be entered into this championship. But I could well be wrong, because if that's the case, then yeah, the tyres will sort it. I think it's a roll bar thing. Yeah, but I also don't trust the AI to be as. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember the meme of the Viper constantly spinning out like Laguna Seca, or the Cobra spinning out Laguna Seca and shit like that? That's probably what I imagine the AI doing. Because believe it or not, the Viper, when it's an opponent in other championships, is not the fastest car. It's about 4th. So that's why I'm not convinced by the fact it would be broken. But yes, in the player's hands, it is probably the most overpowered stock car in the game. Yeah. So that's why the NSX concerns me more, because that thing isn't overpowered and the AI is surprisingly decent at driving it, which doesn't help the fact that I'm also ass at Route 11. But that's also hindered by the fact that this is a very technical circuit in a car that, let's be honest, isn't cooperating particularly well. I always had a strategy for driving in the older Gran Turismo, but it just doesn't work in this car. Come on. Oh. It also I'm gonna sound awful for saying this, but the reason I don't like this track is because the lap is too long. Like, I don't mind high lap counts, but when your lap count is at a 2 minute and you've got to do like 50 laps, that's 2 hours. That's easily like 2 hours, and that's too long. I don't like 2 minute lap time. If you're The only exception is if a track was like built different, like Le Mans or Nürburgring. Because with them, you know that yeah, the lap's really long, but Le Mans is only a 3.5 minute because of how fast it is. The Nürburgring is, well, Nürburgring. This is just the ultimate technical start test. If I wanted that, I'd just do complex street, which is basically like a glorified test track. I just don't like Route 11. I think it's too long. It's too slow, it's too long, and the lap's too long. It's not Grand Valley where you can smash out a lap in about 1 minute 40. Like most cars, because of the nature of this track, you're looking at like 2 minute lap times minimum. Yeah, my best lap's a 2:05.7, but like, would upgrades help that? Absolutely. It still wouldn't make the 50 lap endurance race here particularly fun though. Which would easily be the longest race in the game. I just don't like Route 11. I figured it would be in this champion. It was either this or Grand Valley. And I was like, there's no way they're going to leave this. I would rather just them used Autumn Ring. But I guess they just, or Trial Mountain. Trial Mountain would have been an acceptable track for this championship based on every other track in the game, right? But look how long this race has taken compared to every other track. Every other track's taken about, what, 7 minutes? This has taken an additional race on top of all that. That's why I don't like it. It's such a massive time sink to do a lap, and then they add loads of laps. It's why I don't like Route 11. If the track was quicker, like, yeah, I don't mind a technical champion if the track was just generally quicker as a circuit, like the way it was designed and stuff, I'd be fine with it, honestly. It's just that last sector, it's so shit. I don't even know what the prize is for this track. Championship. Oh. So we got 50k for winning. So what's the championship reward? 100k. Okay. There's one of two prize cars, and neither of them are great. I think one's a Supra, and the other is a Sprinter. I could be wrong. Oh, okay. Well, SCI version 3 Impreza. That's what we won. Not the worst car ever. It does have gold wheels, but that's by default, I think. Okay. So we actually have a somewhat competitive car that we can actually start building off of now. But, like, we do at some point, we will have to buy a lightweight car and tune it. I've already got one in mind, and it's either the Mirage or the the MX-5. And I know what you're thinking, Demio A-Spec, because haha UFO engine. And you'd be right, but, like, what I'm going to do, while I remember, is also save this game. Because it's not so much I don't want to do all that again, it's just that, now that I've done it. If my game were to magically crash, I'd hate it if it hadn't, Let's have a look. What is the racing mod for this car? It is literally just the rally edition. It is literally just the rally edition with a slightly different wheels. Obviously, this is meant to be a... Yeah, it's not hard to guess what that car's meant to be. But... Right, where were we looking? Mazda... Is it special model? Oh no, there's the LM edition, which just looks horrendous. Oh, there's the A-Spec you were on about. Interesting body... Well, yeah, that seems to make sense. Meant to be an Evo 10. Clearly! Clearly meant to be an Evo 10. Right, I didn't realise that the Type RZ was, Oh, actually, while we're here, can we get... Is it here? No, it is not. It is not here right now. The Nismo Skyline is not here. Big sad. Does Subaru have a used car? Oh, it does. But nothing really here. But I guess that makes sense. More you know. Right. Toyota. I don't think Toyota has a special car, does it? Obviously, you got the 95 Supra, which is obvious. Right, let's go by ourselves. Always thought this car was really, really interesting. I don't know why they called it a Cosmo, and I don't. Yeah, I know what I know what special model is. I don't know why they added this car. It's a really interesting car, like, but I still don't understand why. Obviously, there's a 20 B type. Like, what's the difference? That's 520 kilo, 226. Oh, it has more power and a heavier engine. Okay. Neither do I, but that's kind of not what I'm here for. What I'm really here for... Let's be honest, it's a roadster. It's a roadster. That's all I'm here for. Because we're going to modify... Yeah, but I still don't know why they shoved it in a saloon. we're gonna get this and we're gonna race and modify it because I need a lightweight car. So we'll start with the racing mod because that way I can avoid all the weight reduction I have to do. Interesting colour scheme, but we'll take it. Right, now we just need to do some power. Like generally NA tunes are. No, you can't put us. Neither do I, but I'm glad it exists to a degree. Can you put a oh, you can. Oh, stage 1 turbo only. Okay, that's fine. My theory is that this car should be light enough that it should beat everything else. I didn't need the racing tyre. I like the racing tyres, but I don't need them. Right, mediums. I wonder if the typing mistake is still in this game. For that, I'll have to check. Only sports. Can't do that. Can't. By the way, fun fact: the only cars you can do an upgrade, this upgrade on, is Skylines. It's the only cars in the game you can actually do the increase in displacement upgrade on. Everything else won't let you. I think GT2 does have some exceptions. I'm pretty sure. I don't need too heavy an upgraded car, but it's nice to have one. Flywheel, semi-racing. Prop shaft. And always leave it on the stock gearbox because the car doesn't need it. Right, we spent a little bit of our money, but it's time to go do the lightweight sports car cut, which is easy enough. Fun fact, the game manual list, you know how I showed you all the typing mistakes in that manual? That is every car that can enter this championship, but the prize car, Roadster, and the prize car... There were 2 cars that were prize cars that should be able to enter and they can't, which is quite funny. So these are our opponents. They're not exactly setting the world on fire. I love when Gran Turismo YouTubers use the error sound to censor themselves. It's alright. Okay, so this is our opposition. We are there or thereabouts. But obviously we should outhandle all of them. Plus this car will probably have no other further uses. But... let's see what this boy can do. Feels a lot more fun to drive than the Skyline already. Oh, that was a corner cut. And that was a corner. Can you tell I'm used to driving the Skyline? Because of how early I'm turning and the car's just committing. Yeah. Car also seems to have some grip, which is rather nice. You didn't even notice I race modded it? Really? It's the first thing I did. It doesn't even reach the red line either. That's pretty funny. So we should be pole, right? Yeah, we're about a second ahead of the Civic 93. That's fine. I always race mod cars in this game. There's just something about them that gives them an edge, and I couldn't tell you what it is. God, that is pittance compared to what we have been winning. But it's fine. It does also mean that at some point we can buy the max power car that we'll need, which is probably the R33, I can't lie. God, we just look. Every car in this game except one has a race mod. Every single car in this game except one has a race mod, which is why I like it. yeah, they all did have similar designs and stuff, but I liked it. It was different. Oh. Like I said, our car didn't need to be too good. It just needed to be good, which is why I went for this and race modded it, because these AI ain't slow either. But that could also be the rubber banding, to be completely honest. If I can't lie. That rubber banding is horrendous, but it's only... Oh, absolutely. It's one of the best things you can do, as I'm not paying attention to where I'm going. Watch out for the Civic. This is a nice balanced wheel, bit understeery, but tapping the brake can break the grip at the rear enough to what I need it to do. Brainworm enthusiast, thank you for the follow, really appreciate it, welcome in. And that's our first race done. We've only got 3 races, but this car will do the trick. Sure, we could have used the Mirage, we could have used the Integra, we could have used the FTO. Just didn't think it was necessary. I just thought it'd be more fun in an MX-5, to be honest. Next race. $5 grand. 5 grand. Nah, that's the most wanted reference, I'm sorry. 5 grand, says my boy will smoke this clown. So Clubman Stage Route 5, let's go. Slowest revving car in the world, but... Look at it go! Also, I'm really sad that I can't change this to miles per hour. I can't change this to MPH and that drives me up the wall. Oh! I just have a good enough conversion ratio of kilometers to miles that I know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh boy. Right, okay, here we go. So... Obviously, car's light. Not a lot of... Okay, just mount the wall. Okay. Well, I don't think we'll pole anymore after that. I would have put more power in it, but again, I don't think this car needs it. But we're definitely not pole after that. I missed the jingle you get at the end of the races. Fuck you, copyrighted music that I can't turn off individually. Yeah, we completely fucked that up. Oh dear. I've never seen someone put what seems to be a Viper paint job and pinstripes on a Miata. Well, first time for everything. First time for everything. But yes, I do like this colour scheme. I don't really approve of the red rimmed wheels. I don't really get that, but it is what it is. We're at the back. Here we are. Let's see what we can do. We've got 2 laps to try and get to the front of this train. There's the Starlet Glanzer, which is like the fastest thing in the Sunday Cup, bar the MRS, pretty much. It's everyone's favourite green boy. The red wheels look good. I don't know if it's different to the other V Specials. I can't remember. I can't remember if the other V Special has the same race mod. It wouldn't surprise me if it did. We've got this. And don't get me started on the CRX that you win in the FF Championship. That's also pretty gaudy. I can't lie. Look at it go! It's got way more horsepower than me. I don't think it even has more horsepower, does it? This thing's just not very quick, but we can outhandle it, I'm pretty sure. Look at that red car. Where are you going? The racing track's over here. Hi, Dragon. Hey, Crazy! This car is not rapid, I'll tell you that now. I like the sense. It's rapid compared to everything here, but so's the rubber banding. Yeah, I'm doing a playthrough on this. This is part 3, and I've seemed to have locked my way into a shit ton of money quite early on. I think the next thing we'll do is the Max Speed Cup. We'll get ourselves a car for that, because that's going to be the most expensive thing that we have to do, honestly. But we've got one more race in this championship first, and then we're going to go either a GTO or an R33. It'll probably be an R33. I'll be honest. But we'll also need to make an actual decent high-spec race car at some point too, because the AI used them in some of the championships. 3000 GT. What the prize car? Yeah, if you got gold on the if you got Mega Speed isn't hard. I don't think the Mega Speed is hard. The GT World Cup is a really interesting one though, because that actually requires you needing a. I can't lie. I don't think my MX-5 is going to be particularly good at this track. Why wouldn't it have done Grand Valley East? It's a light car championship. Small tracks, small cars. But we will need to pick up a F. Well, we've got an FR theoretically. But all of the championships now basically require some sort of upgraded car, basically. Oh, come on. What? The license test wasn't too bad. Oh god. Yeah, the license test I don't think I had too much issue with. Some of them I did, some of them I didn't. But I do have some fun. I actually have a fun fact about the license tests too. If you ever want to hear. If you want to hear some fun facts about the games and stuff, these earn 3,000 channel points, and you can redeem the item in the reward points. And I'll give you some. I'll give you a game trivia piece. That's surprisingly close. What happened to the Glanzer? The Glanzer's over like nearly a second back from the 5th. Everyone else is in within half a second of each other. That Glanzer must have been like topping out or some shit. Could we have gone for a faster car? Absolutely. Do I think this is more fun? Also, absolutely. Like, yeah, of course, the cars with more horsepower have qualified further up the grid on this one. I still couldn't tell you how that Demio GLX is 737 kilo. That is insane, and it's 150 kilo lighter and has 4 less horsepower. I guess it just can't put all of it into the road because there's no weight to push it in to get the grip out the tires. But okay, here we go. It's also front wheel drive. Look at it go. Look at the speed we can carry. Oh my word. The Sprinter's leading. The Toyota Sprinter's leading. I mean, of course, that's a light boy. Look at it go! Like, yeah, we have no power around this track. We have no straight line. Oh god, we have no straight line speed, but we have all the handling. I mean, so do they to a degree, but we've got all the handling, which is why we can just, yeah, do that to them. Oh. At least this thing isn't prone to like killing me, which is nice. Oh. Look at the Springer. That's got a really good gap on the Demio. I'm pretty sure this thing only has a 5-speed as well, so... See what I mean about the stock gearbox being fine? You don't need to modify the gearbox, honestly, in some of these cars. You can just leave the standard gearbox as is, and you'll be fine. Like, I'm barely using 5th gear as it is, so I'm glad you can shorten the gear ratio, sure, but... It's a good mix. It is a good mix. Oh. Around the corner. Oh god, careful car. Oh, what? Oh, just about avoiding the post there. I wonder why they put that post there on the track though. I don't get it. Like, why would you put a post that close to the... admittedly, you drive through it because there's no collision on it, but like, why would you put a post there? It's right on the track. It's not even like hanging over. It's like plonked into the track. Ah, the Civic didn't get that. Oh well. Oh, we got 5 grand. Continue. And then the prize is like 15, right? 10. Okay. Sorry for overestimating you, game. You are the series champion. Get the new machine! Because this game didn't have any English fact checking, apparently. I'm pretty sure it's usually lightweight cars that are the prize. I'm pretty certain. Oh, it's the Unis Roast in a purple MX-5 gold wheel. You aren't wrong. It's a purple MX-5, but it's not gold wheels. I was half right. Yeah. By the way, fun fact, right? Are you ready for this? So, let's just, for shits and gigs, try that again. What? Did you not know that? If you guys didn't know that, you're about to find out. You saw me get into that Unos Roadster, right? This car is not eligible for that championship. This car, the prize car, cannot be used in the lightweight cup. I got nothing. I got nothing. I have absolutely nothing for that. That is great. It's an oversight by the developers. It's not the only car that, like how this car here isn't listed in the manual as eligible, but is eligible to run. Yeah, don't get me. That's on the North American 1.0 version of the game only though, so it's not too bad. Right, I'm going to get ourselves our max speed car. Funnily enough, it's a really boring choice. The colour isn't going to matter, so like, because we're going to race modify it anyway. It also makes for a semi-decent race car if you build it right, but this is step 1. And then this is step 2. That's pretty much all the money we had. Gone. We're also going to need really good tyres. Absolutely need the brakes. That's not even a question, because if this thing ain't stopping, I ain't stopping. We'll also get the brake balance too. Engine, increase displacement. You could get away with maxing out this car for the. I don't think you even need to max it out really. It's better to, but you don't need to. I think we can get away with maybe 850 on the horsepower. They actually have. They actually did. Like, propeller shaft. Again, we're not going to bother with the gearbox. We don't need it. Oh, that's a nice round figure. Let's leave it at that. 880. And we've now got our race modified Skyline as well, which will be used quite a few times. But yeah, this championship is mad crazy. Look at that blurry boy. It's a blurry Viper. As against, like, yeah, they made game buying pretty consistent, but unlike the newer games, you can't take the upgrades off on this. Well, I think you can, but only like certain ones. What's our entry list? Oh boy. Oh, I mean to click that. There we go. There's our opponent list. The only reason we needed such a high power car is because that fucking GTO. That GTO is next level crazy. The other cars, not even a contest. It's just that GTO. That is the only car you're racing. It's either that or your own R33. I want to see if the change parts. I want to see. Is the typing mistake still here? No, they fixed it. In earlier versions of the game, that said medium. Medium. It used to say, but it says medium now. Why is the Cosmo here? Because it has 652 horsepower. It's also the second heaviest car here. So, yeah, I can't lie. We should wince this. The Cosmo is, look how long the turbo takes to build, and then boom. Revs so hard it goes right off the rev limiter. Here we go. You know how I said you don't need the racing gearbox? This is my point. Half of the cars with like max upgrades don't need the racing gearbox. I know this is a 6-speed. It's also extremely bouncy. Like, this car is extremely prone to bouncing everywhere. Oh my god, stop it. Stop. Stop it. There we go. Goes like the clappers though, but what did you expect from a car that has 880 horsepower? Was the R33 a 5-speed? The V-spec? I'm not sure. We'll find out at test course. Or we'll find out now actually. Oh, it was a 5-speed. But yeah, you don't need 6-speed. Well, you don't need the gearbox to be fair. Look at that, 2 seconds ahead of the GTO. Let's go. Cosmo at the back, of course it is. They're in literally just grid order. They were in literally like appearance order. They haven't changed. 5 grand for pole. It's okay. You can get some decent prize money out of this championship though, but that's because of how quick it is. And I don't mean that in like a punny way. I mean they're like 2-lap races. They're 2-lap races and there's 3 races. Look at us go! Like GTO and me left everything else for dead. They're not even a contest. They're not even. I thought this would be a lot more interesting if they were race modified, but alas, they're not. So we'll just deal with it. They get race modified in some championships, so. Oh. This car really doesn't like corners, does it? Look at the gap we've got though! Even against the rubber banding, look at the gap we've got in the bottom left. Oh my god, the AI is just everywhere. They don't know what to do. Oh god. Stop oversteering. I'm surprised the NSX can get 600 horsepower though. I will admit, that's the one thing that surprised me. But this championship ain't that hard, honestly. It's okay. It's an alright money maker. It's an alright money maker. Yeah, that's not even a contest, really. But that's why I always race modify the cars. I want to watch this Cosmo get absolutely destroyed. Where is it? It's at the back, isn't it? Watch this thing just go backwards. Obviously, that's using my gearbox, so you can ignore that. This thing's like trying. It is trying and getting. Look at the understeer. Look at the rubber banding forcing that car to stay online. Look at it. Look at it. It is full on dragging that car on the racing line, that rubber banding, regardless of what the game actually thinks it should be doing. It's such a long, ridiculous looking car as well. So stupid. There's the 300ZX, which looks alright actually. That might be worth race modifying actually, like making a decent race car. Then you got the A70 Supra, which is desperately trying. NSX here, and then like just look at the speed difference. It's not even funny. Cosmo again trying. It's just madness. Absolute insanity. Fun fact: the next track is the only time in any championship in this entire game that it is used. This track is used in this championship only for this race and never again. So consider this a rarity, because believe it or not, it's an oval. Do you know how little they intended to use this track? All the marker boards are still there. I know that we're going to be in every test track in Gran Turismo ever, but this is the only time you'll ever use this track in this game. This is the only time you ever race around this track. I'm feathering the throttle because it's actually quicker than smacking off the limiter and letting it accelerate again. The AI also have a very interesting racing line around this track. Like, really interesting racing line. Boom, 1 minute 3.1. This is also a 2-lap race. And we still weren't pole. Cosmo's nowhere. We should win this quite comfortably though. At least that's the plan. Thanks for getting out of the way. I think that GTO has a slightly higher top end than I do. Where are you? We might be able to use that boy to speed us up a little bit. You know, go over the rev limiter a tad. Oh, there we go. 340. That thing's doing. But what's the racing line? Look, it'll go onto the grass down here, and I couldn't tell you why. Why do you go onto the grass? I don't understand why it goes onto the grass there, but it does, and it slows it right down. And that'll be our ticket to victory, believe it or not. Because I can't beat that thing in a legitimate straight line, so I have to beat it by the fact it can't drive the track. It's like a fucking oval. How do you even end up down? God, look how bouncy this thing is. This is like the motion on this is actually really jarring doing this. And then it will start going around the corner and it will hit the grass and we'll overtake it and we'll win. Look, on the grass it goes, it slowed right down. Comically slowed right down. Oh look, we won. Sub 1 minute lap though. Okay, maybe this thing does need a gearbox, but it doesn't need to be too much longer. Considering this is the only problem track for top speed, that's fine. Like, this build is completely fine. Interestingly, the Cosmo beat the Supra and the Z32. What the hell happened there? Did that Cosmo actually just get some next level speed? Give me that 15 grand. I want to quickly check that out. Where is that Cosmo? Cosmo's at the back again. So of course it is. Yeah, and me. Look at it go. Look, it's still dropping back, and then at this point, it's just like, yep, bye. Wow. Wow, these two are struggling like hell. Look at it go! Look at this thing go! Oh wow, that's great. These two here, they're really struggling. And they're it's even the NSX. What the flip? Look at this boy go! Looks so stupid. God, look how jumpy that NS. Look how unsettled that NSX is. That NSX does not like this track at all. It was bouncing all over the place. It went round the corner. No wonder it's struggling. Look at the Cosmo. The Cosmo's catching the. That's what I mean. Here's us. Look, the Cosmo's right here. NSX is. Oh god. Look at the NSX trying corner. You okay, bro? Super and the 300ZX seem to be struggling, and then the Cosmo's here. Look, the Cosmo is even catching us. The Cosmo's caught us. That's how quick this thing is. It's catching the GTO and me. How is this thing on 600 horsepower, weighs like a ton, catching this? NSX doing NSX things. Yeah, that's crazy. That Cosmo's crazy. It just can't handle, apparently. For comparison, the Cosmo is literally joint second most powerful car, but it weighs like a boat. How that is there, I have zero idea. Here we go. Last race of this championship. And it's 2 laps of high speed. This, for pace, like, I think for time and money, this is the best championship. But obviously, you can get higher paying championships and stuff, which is fine. Like, but we do need to make some more money so we can get some more cars again. So we may need to run the normal cup again, which won't be a short affair, but like. There we go. Should be pole. They don't even try on this track. They're so slow. Yeah, reverse track for that. For some reason, they don't qualify very well at all. It's actually super easy to get pole. My PS3's been really bad. Too much speed. Bye! The only car that can keep with me off the launch is the GTO. Oh, there we go. Come on. Yeah, we're done this time. Like, they're nowhere near us. I can't even see their pixels in the background. Oh, I saw a very, very brief flash of red. For one of them. But yeah, I don't think the racing gearbox is necessary on this car. it's lighter than the GTO, and it makes no difference. The same horsepower. It's just slightly slower on the gearbox, but I don't think all of them are. Like some are genuinely, some are genuinely good, right? But the way that Gran Turismo made this was the fact that they had so few cars, they had to upgrade the AI to balance it. But unfortunately, the best AI I think I've ever raced in a game is actually the F1 games. The F1 games, I think the AI is genuinely really good on the most part. And the Cosmo has fell back to the giddy heights of sixth, like last. NASCAR that is a game I've absolutely wanted to try for the longest time, but I haven't got my wheels and shit set up. 30k. Okay, I think that's. I know there's like a data file you can edit and you can change how the game works, and the AI are very good at adapting to that for some reason. I know that. There's a guy that I follow that just makes like memes for it. What car did we get? We got the world's worst DB7 um, racing modification. The racing modification for this car is actually awful, but it's not terrible. I don't know what car we should use. I think we should do. Shall we? Let's have a look. Oh, we already did, didn't we? We won't know what does the racing mod look like for this? Let's have a look. Because obviously we're not going to be able to use it in the lightweight. I just want to know what the racing mod looks like. I've never looked. Because you can look before you buy. Oh, yeah. This one actually looks quite nice. I keep forgetting that. This one actually looks legitimately quite nice as a car. Apart from the... That colour scheme works really, really well. Such a nice looking car. The DB7 though, oh boy. The DB7 just doesn't work. Actually, I think... yeah, that makes sense. What car did I get in? Aston Martin, wasn't it? Tune up. Others. Yeah, I know it's a very moddable game. What are those wheels, bruh? Look at them wheels! Why are they red? It ruins every aesthetic on this car! It ruins every aesthetic on this car! It's awful! Just trash. I do know that the other reward for that championship is also kind of worth getting. It's a Sora? If I remember right, I'm pretty sure it's a Toyota Sora. Yeah, the AI in NASCAR 03 are great. They're very, very good at being able to, yeah, that's what I mean. They are very, very good at reading information, but in terms of like, but that still requires tweaking. If you played it vanilla, they're still probably very good, but for a NASCAR game that is, for all intents and purposes, predominantly ovals, because the Sora isn't a terrible car, and I think we could maybe build it to be a decent race car. The problem is that there's a race mod that I like for it. I don't know why, because it's actually awful. Right, what have we got? The only difference is that they've thrown out the shit. What was it? They've thrown out the Supra and replaced it with an MR2. The M. iRacing has AI now, but it's okay. MR2 GTS. So they've thrown out the Supra and gone for an MR2. Why? Why? If that Cosmo is not beating that MR2, I'm going to be very upset. And I know we've just done this championship, but again, we need to milk the prize car industry as a whole. Coding. It's too much effort for coding. Plus, I'm pretty sure the company that made NASCAR Racing 03 went bust. It was their last game. They threw everything at it. It just happens to still hold up really well today. God, stop two-wheeling. But sometimes it's easy to just have pre-programmed AI. Like I like the idea of Forza's driver tars, but in practice they're not great. I like the idea, and bro, do you even corner? This car really doesn't. It doesn't like corners. It wants to roll over every opportunity it gets. Like it's next level yeet chicane at every corner. We did improve on our qualifying time though. And the how is the GTS third? How is that quicker than the NSX? What planet? That MR2, I can guarantee you, is not that quick. Oh, we got a purple boy this time. I can already tell you that MR2 has been overtaken by the NSX. I can already tell you that. The MR2 must have great handling. Oh god, oh, poor great. Cool. I'm pretty sure the MR2 is dropping back slowly but surely. But I could also be wrong, and it may not be. Oh, car, stop. Whoa. Whoa. If we get the Sora, we'll make that our FR race car from the Japanese and FR Championship event. Because the Sora's not a terrible car. I think you can actually tune it for this race, but I don't know why you would. The Sora's not that. It's good, like, but it's not that. The MR2 is somehow fourth. It only lost to the NSX and beat the Z, but I can't imagine this will be the case in the test course race. Then we're going to watch the Cosmo 20B just go and rinse everything, but still qualify last. Test course, Cosmo hype. Yeah, it's going to qualify last. It's going to do a Lewis Hamilton in Brazil 2021. That's what it's going to do. It's going to do a Hamilton in Brazil 21. That's exactly what this is going to do. Oh, the club mode just OP, it just waits 5 seconds on its queue. It does. It actually does. Like, that thing is just so god awful off the line. I'm surprised it doesn't catch up sooner. Considering. Oh! Lucifer! Bonjour! Comment ça va? Because FCT are French, so I also have to speak a little bit of French. Merci beaucoup. But yeah, this is interesting qualifying session. Can the card? I don't think we'll out qualify the GTO. We're actually slower on that run compared to our last one, but that's okay. We'll probably start same position. Yeah, barely. Cosmos. How is that Cosmo not? I want to learn French by feet. It's alright. It is alright. How is that Cosmo still slower? What? On what planet? Like maybe the Z was using it as a push along, so it just kept speeding it up. And it's like bah, 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 bah. But we're gonna watch the world's greatest Cosmo. We're gonna watch a 3 rotary boy go and kick everyone's ass. How that MRS is, how that MR2 is 4, I don't know. But here we go. There's no slipstream in this game, by the way. I thought you guys might be interested to know that. Somewhere in there is a Mazda Cosmo charging through the field. Give me your speed! Give me it right now! Okay, bye. I can see that Cosmo just pulling away from the NSX there. It's in third. I can see it. It's a bright red boy. It's coming. Oh lordy, coming! He is absolutely coming. Or was that the NSX? I couldn't tell. There's a Cosmo in there somewhere, and there's an MRS in there somewhere. At the back, look at the Cosmo just pulling away, you can tell on the map. Hello Mr. Purple Man, how are you? I don't think that Cosmo is getting as close as I thought it would, but obviously... Look at the purple boy go on the inside, and then you can adjust your line and then have to readjust it again. Sure, and on the grass, come on, there you go, there you go. Easy dubs right there. All it takes is some bad AI programming. Cosmo is 100% third though, it's gotta be, right? Yes it is, the Cosmo is third again. If that GTO wasn't in this race, could that Cosmo actually get second? If this race was just one lap longer, I know, right? Oh my god, even my AI is trying to overtake the GTO. So here we go, here's the quote-unquote 1 lap longer. Oh, bye Cosmo. Hello. He's going for it! He's in the wall! What are we doing? Oh my god! What even is this? Oh, it's going to be a battle to the line! Oh, we did it! Look at it go! That's insane! Look at it! It's gone! Oh! Mazda, you should have four-wheel drived it. Mazda should have four-wheel drive that car. And it probably would have just, and it probably would win that race every single time. Oh, that's great. That is great. If only the Cosmo just wasn't so shit at getting to its top speed. Do you think, guys, for a shits and gigs, maybe if we get a Cosmo, we should upgrade it and see if we can win that same event with it, and see what we can do? Obviously, we'll be a few hundred horsepower down, but I would love to maybe attempt that in a Cosmo at some point in this playthrough. That would be quite funny. Cosmo height. I know, right? We'll have to look into it. We'll have to. Well, we technically have the money now, but we need to build a race car sooner rather than later. Maybe we'll get some disposable income and we'll take the Mickey with some of the race cars that we can make. Because I always enjoyed race modifying all the road cars that can have it. There we go. Obviously, there's meant to be a nice little jingle at the end of that there, but yeah, Cosmo's back at the back. I say back at the back, it's not even like being out qualified. That Z is just getting like bias. Like that Z is getting bias. That's the only reason it's qualifying ahead of the Cosmo. God, that championship does not look good, does it? It's just like, what the hell happened here? How is that MR2 out qualifying the NSX though? That should not be happening. Do you think Toyota paid them like extra, same with Nissan, to just be better than Mazda and Honda? Oh. Come on. Oh, careful. 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 No, car. Good save. By GTO. These two are going at it. Oh boy. Physics. Yeah, the game engine does not like some of the physics sometimes. By the way, did you guys ever notice that there was no MR drivetrain championship? Did you guys never not notice that? But no, there isn't. You've got four-wheel drive, lightweight, rear-wheel drive and FF, but no MR. And I think that's just because the only MR cars in the game are the MR2 and the NSX. So it'd literally just be like a spec. Oh god, car. Concept car. Oh, I think that's front engine. The Le Mans version was mid-engine, but I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure the stock car is an FR. I could well be wrong though. I'll have to have a look. There we go. Easy dubs. Easy dubs. Got too many notifications on my phone. But yeah, easiest championship ever. Easiest championship ever. Oh boy. Here we go. 15 grand! Cool. And then we get another 30, is it, for winning this? Oh, right. Let's see what prize. If I swear to God, if we have won the DB7 again, I'm going to cry because I don't want another DB7. I can't lie. Don't give me the DB7. You fucking. By the way, the other unique thing about this car, the set of rims on it are different to the base model. That's another thing. Obviously, they come in a colour you can't buy it in. Look, the rims on there are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think they're like 12 spoke. Is it 12 spoke? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, they're 12 spoke wheels. But on the prize model, as you can tell, they are different. They're big circle boys. I think we keep the white one and we'll... Do I race modify this? Do I drive this hunk of shite around? Guys, what do we do? Do we try and get the Sora? Or do we race modify this and make this our race car? Because I'm also tempted to get a different car entirely. I'd like to get a TVR. I'd like to get a TVR actually, like the Griffith. Griffith's a fun car. Toyota, the Sora. I would buy it, but why would I buy it when I can win it? Is the Sora even in here? No, the Sora is... Oh, no, there it is. So it's this car we win, but in a special colour. Because it's effectively just another JDM car, isn't it? I keep forgetting what this is. It's a Toro, so it's like a sedan, right? Yeah. Just like a different Sora, isn't it? Really? Oh yeah, Nismo dealership. Let's go see if the R32 Nismo is there, we'll grab it because it only appears every so often. It's not here. I didn't realise you could quick scroll though. Well, the more you know, I guess. GTS 4, oh, that's a four-wheel drive. That's an interesting model of car. I don't know why you'd want that, but it is an interesting model of car. Same with this. This is a rear-wheel drive Skyline. You could get away with race modifying that, to be fair. And it's in gun grey. And it's in gun grey. Be an interesting choice. But obviously, what we'll do is to get some extra cash, we'll sell the red DB7. I mean, it's a cool car and all, but like, I'm not going to use it. I'd like to race modify 12 grand. Can you imagine in this day and age, right? Can you imagine in this day and age, someone said, "Yeah, I'll give you £12,000 for your DB7," and this car costs like 100 and something grand new. Like, can you imagine if someone said, "Yeah, I'll give you 12 grand for a luxury sports car with a V12"? What would you do? I mean, I don't have a choice. It's the only thing that they'll offer. By the way, fun fact, if you take it to, let's say for example, you wanted to sell a Mazda, for example, we'll use this as an example. You'll never find any Aston Martin ever worth 12 grand. Let's take this to a Nissan dealership and sell. Wow. Yeah, here's 100 grand of mods. We'll offer you 4 grand. Well, how much would Mazda pay me for it then? Oh, brother. Yeah, if you take your car to the correct dealership, they'll pay you slightly more money. What? The fact that you could sell your car at a dealership for more at the correct dealership is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Yeah, it also just makes comic sense. So, like, why would Nissan have any need for a? Why would Nissan have any need for a an MX-5, right? What's the entry list this time? What's changed? Oh, speaking of the Sora, they've thrown out the they've thrown out the NSX. No, the NSX is there. They've thrown out the MR2. Replaced it with the Sora. Why is it that car that keeps changing? Why is it nothing else? MR2 go bye bye. Yeah, but why is it always the fourth place car? Why is it nothing else? I'm pretty sure you can get an R33 to spawn in this championship as well, and it replaces the NSX, if I remember correctly. But you are meant to get somewhat randomised grids, and you just don't in this game. Like, some of the cars are very, very defined. But with only like 180 something cars, I guess that makes sense. I know we've done this championship 3 times in a row, but hey, it's money, right? And we're trying to get a Sora. Because the Sora, I think, could be a really good soft race car. You saw it had 700 horsepower for this championship, so it'll be interesting to see how that compares to the Cosmo. We all know the Z is going to be last. Yeah, that is basically what it is. Okay, so the Sora is not as quick as the NSX. Holy shit, the Cosmo's out-qualified the Z! The Cosmo has done it! He's finally got that car going quickly enough that he can beat the Z! The Cosmo, all it took was something that wasn't a Supra. It wasn't a Supra, all it took was a non-Toyota to be there. And it survived. It got 5th in qualifying. Yeah, we'll have to watch it. I have a feeling the Cosmo will destroy the Sora though. We've seen how quick that Cosmo is. I just don't know how it compares to the Sora, but I can't imagine the Sora's much better. So let's see. Oh god. Oh. By the way, whilst I'm doing this race quickly, did you know I have a YouTube archive where I upload all my streams, and if it's played through, I playlist it all? There's a few that are complete, some that are work in progress right now. Oh. Wow. Everything else here has a gearbox performance. The Thor and the Cosmo might be the only 2 longer ratios that benefit from it. The thing is, right, I don't think that GTO actually is running a an altered gearbox. Do you want me to tell you why? That car's got like the world's longest gearbox as it already is. Like, I've seen the gearbox in GT7. That thing's gears are just long. They are stupid. Like you are hitting 3rd gear in a stock version of that car. You are hitting 3rd gear at 110 miles an hour. Oh shit. Come on, car. Get off the wall. Thank you. But yeah, the GTO has really long gears by default. And the reason why I don't think the other cars are altered is because they don't seem to be competitive with each other. And I've got my game so quiet that I can barely hear the audio for the engines anyway. Oh, the Z got past the Cosmo. Again. Okay, well, time for the 2.5 GTT to do its thing here at test course. We all know the Z's going to be last in this race because it's the only car that has consistently been last. I have a feeling it will be the latter, in all honesty. But we'll have to watch it. We'll watch the replay after we finish the race. We'll see how it does. Look at it, just. It's incredible to think that this course never gets used in any other championship other than this. I mean, it makes sense why it's in this one, but like, it also. It's a fun course. All test course really needs is like an infield track. That's all it really needs. Like the oval circuits in the older Gran Turismo, all they need is like an inner, like a road circuit, pretty much. That'd be an interesting feature. We haven't beat our qualifying record again. We're just off. So we'll be third on the grid again. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll be fourth on the grid, because fuck you, Sora. Okay, that maybe give us a hint about how good that car actually is. Cosmo fucking nowhere again. Well, it's the only race I can't seem to actually qualify first at. And I think that's just because the gears on this car are way too short. So Sora supposedly has some pace in qualifying, but we can't trust that. There it is. Are they both red? The cars are both red. Well, Sora's... yeah. Yeah. Hello, Mr. GTO. Oh. Okay. So we know the Sora started in third, so we'll be running fourth on the road. We know the NSX is relatively quick. I can't quite tell if that Sora's doing well or not. Well, this ain't going well. There's a red car there. I'm assuming that is the I'm assuming that red car is the Cosmo, which means that the Sora's not doing particularly fine. If we're not careful, we'll lose to the Cosmo. Oh, God. We're going to need a miracle if we're going to be that GTO now. We may have to use our friend the Cosmo. And we're going to feather the throttle technique, because that's always gone well. Here comes one red boy. Yeah, we fucked up. That first lap cost us. Oh well, we'll be fine. Sora was 5th, so it didn't have a fun time at all. Sora do suck. Let's watch it. Lots of wheel spin. There goes me. This thing just takes forever to get up to speed. That's the problem. But once it does, it's like, fuck you! Yeah. The Sora's trying. It's a more circuit car than anything. But that Cosmo is... Wow. Mega Speed Cosmo isn't a meme, it should be. We will, if we don't find a way to make this car a meme, I'll be really upset, because I would love to be the meme starter. Like, qualifies last, minces everything in a straight. Here we go. Oh. Mega Speed Cosmo is gonna have to become the next Gran Turismo meme, and we will find a way. We will find a way to make the Mega Speed Cosmo a meme. We should start it in our Discord. We have a Discord, if you don't know. If you put !! Discord, you'll get a link and you can join it. But we should absolutely make like a VK4 style meme of the Mega Speed Cosmo. Do you know what the best bit is? It's also that's Dick Sword. There you go. Oh! Moobot knew what you meant. Moobot knew what you meant. Moobot knew what you meant. That wasn't even my best lap, and we still did it by 3 seconds. The Cosmo has again outqualified the Z, which is interesting. Mega Speed Cosmo. There you go. I'll give you the roll. Give me a sec. There you are. Got the roll. Woohoo! Mega Cosmo. Right. I'll have to try, if we can, I'll try and make a meme out of it. Right, here we go. And, here we go. Time for the world's best 4-wheel drive. Yeah, there we go. Bye. See you later. The only other car that's got it is, the top 3 are, like, weight at the rear or 4-wheel drive. So they just pull away like crazy. The rear-wheel drive boys are just screwed at the start. They're just wheel spinning for days with no real ability to get traction. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I will give you credit. If anyone ever made a know your meme, I will put you as like the origin and this is the location. So yes, I would absolutely give you credit because I ain't a cunt. I am not a cunt like some people. If someone came up with an idea, I will give them credit. Like that's why when I said I said in one of my Ridge Racer playthroughs, and Top Hat, if you go into my meme section, you'll see a meme from Top Hat Shed, and it's just, hey, nice RM choice, Mr. Bass, how are you? Welcome in. Yeah, this is we're doing the Mega Speed Cup, and we've done it 3 times, trying to win the Sora. We've got given the DB7 twice so far. One of which we sold, because I don't need to. And yeah, we might look at the normal cup again, the normal road car cup, for like big money. But for now, we're trying to get the Sora so we can race modify it. Now to remake this next GT7 session. Yeah, yeah. Like it would be nice, but I'm pretty sure someone somewhere on GT7 has got all of these cars with their racing modifications and made them on the share front. But we were just memeing the Mazda Cosmo. Like we think we found the next GT meme, and it's the Mazda. No, it doesn't, which is big sad. We need the Mega Speed Cosmo. We need the Mega. I'm going to. Did you know? I don't know if GT the Cosmo in question isn't on GT7. That's the problem. It's not on the game. I'm pretty sure this and GT2 are the only appearances of this Cosmo in the entire series. Because the Cosmo we are on about is this one. This is the Cosmo we're on about. And it's going to become a meme on this channel. Right, what did we win? Hey, we got it! Finally! Look at them awful wheels. Right, this is going to become our race car, funnily enough. I'm going to save the game while I remember. We're going to make this the race. We're going to make this the race spec car, so about 500 brake, decent build basically. This is the PAL version, that is correct, because I'm playing it on a PS3, and here's my copy of GT1 that I'm playing on. So, yeah. Toyota TRD. Pretty much. The Cosmo just sucks in every... The GTO. Look at this! Like, the silver is... Oh, it's such a dumb livery and I love it. But you also don't need to buy this shit. You don't need to buy the waste reduction because it already gives you it. You can why? Oh, we'll come back to the turbo. We'll come back to the turbo. You can't NA tune it. That makes sense. Can't increase the displacement. Port grinding. I also think this has less horsepower than the second-hand ones, which is surprising. Will you? No context. Just will you buy? Just make that a meme. Just the ticket. Take out the title there. It says ROM tuning. Will you buy? Just will. So this game can. Will you buy? Next thing you know, it would be like. It's like making demands. It's like, will you? Will you? Do you know? Do what I also like? Have you seen how the text just gets bigger and bigger every time? Look, will you buy? Do you want to install it? Installed. The text just gets bigger. You will buy. Get the prop shaft. You you will buy. Right. Suspension, because god damn is this car gonna flipping need it. It weighs like a boat. The text even gets bold. It does. It's letting you know that you're making mistakes. That's what this game does. If you're making mistakes, it will tell you you're making mistakes. Brakes. That will go a long way. Have installed racing like the oh piss. I hate that. I like the quick menu, but not useful at times. Where were we? Was it suspension? No. Brake. Yes. Transmission is also just mission. It is. Mission. I didn't notice that, to be fair. I hadn't clocked that. That's great. Tyre, as in a single one, but inside is plural. Inside is plural. It says tyre. Yeah, that's. I didn't clock that. This game has so suspension. This game has so many quirks. It's great. Right, this is the big boy now. Will you buy this single tire? Right, okay. I feel like stage 2 will be fine. Stage 3 I think it's asking for too much lag. So we'll go for a stage 2, 503 horsepower. Seems pretty acceptable to me. Did we buy the ROM? Oh, we did, didn't we? So that's our race car now for the time being. I'm gonna save it while I remember, and then we'll have a go at. Do we have a go at? Because there is a Viper GTSR that I want to rent. That is a prize car. It's probably one of the best cars in the game. The only car I'd say is better is that pre-modified concept car, which has like 500 brake and absolutely fuck all weight, and it's ridiculously quick. I actually think it appears as an opponent in the American set of races. Doesn't that GTSR have a damn 7-speed? I don't think it does. US Japan Sports Car Championship. License holder A. Japanese and American cars only. Blurry Speedy Boy. Blurry Speedy Boy is what we're doing. Oh, we might have to make that mission thing an emote on the channel. That car sure is blurry because shitty camera. It's the concept. Oh, the concept car is here. Oh, great. We've got the Impreza Really edition. We've got a race modified Nismo 400R. Well, at least we've got a Viper and a Corvette, and the Viper is surprisingly the lightest car here, which is really impressive for a fucking B10. How the fuck is the Viper the lightest car here? What the hell? Hold up. I always love the massive loading in the middle of the screen. Start qualify. Not start qualifying, start qualify. Zack Speed Viper moment. I don't even know what colour it is, it'll either be red or yellow. This should be a pretty acceptable car then, but I'm expecting to lose to that Pretzel Really edition. We've also got to be careful not to spin out, because this thing's going to be 500 horsepower at the rear. Oh god, that's floaty. Oh god, that was floaty. Mission 80 MT. God, this game can be taken so. Oh wow, this thing handled really well actually. It's a bit bouncy, but it handled really well. I don't like that. I say it handles really well, and I've just plowed into every single wall. Stop! 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 What are you doing? No. Great car. We'll just have to be really careful. I have to admit, this silver with the blue rims actually looks okay. The red just looks stupid. think it's because it had blue rims that I actually liked this car. GT1 physics moment. Tell me about it. It's like, oh god. I'm not expecting to out-qualify anything after this. I blame Nissan. They paid Hideo Kojima to make the Toyotas bad. You mean Kazunori Yamauchi? Probably. Yeah. Although Hideo Kojima is actually in GT7 if you look hard enough at the crowd. You ever? You guys ever seen that flying Impreza meme? That's what that was, but with the Toyota Sora. Keiichi Tsuchiya. God, that lag is horrible. We've got to be careful we don't crash. How far off the pace were we? Oh. Oh. Well, if we were 2 seconds slower exactly, we would have been fine. How the fuck's the... Oh, okay. This turbo is like dial-up lacking. The lacking flex are flying. That's what this car's going to be. Watch. This car is literally just the same as the Black Impreza going around corners. You just ain't realising it. It's just a Toyota Sora version of it instead. Worst driving ever. Like, it looks pretty normal so far, and then it goes like, I was like, oh, this handle's really okay, and then it just falls apart like soggy bread. Like, you couldn't script this shit. Yeah. Look at how impressive. Yeah. Look, this car's basically the same, look. It's basically the same. It's just Troll Mountain. That's all it is. We have recreated the shitty driving in the Impreza. Just in a Toyota Sora. I love it. I am fucking here for it. It's literally him kick. Look at it go! It's just like bouncing all over the place, just trying its best to be a handling car. It gets even same exact physics breakdowns. Exactly. Look at it go, just bounce. I love how it actually. Look at. Wait for it. We're coming up to the big moment now. We're coming up to the big moment now where it just goes round the corner, look, in the air, crashes. Whee! Oh, that's such a shit camera angle, but okay. Yeah. Yeah. Why is the car so EPSMH? Oh, you couldn't script that shit if you tried. Do you know what the best bit is? It's the fact that when we span it coming out of the hairpin, that's gotta be clipped. I don't care, I'm clipping that. We recreated the shitty driving. Oh boy, that looks like a very acceptable grid. I like how the 400Rs at the back. That's impressive. The 400R is right at the back of the field, and it's bright yellow. We've got the red Viper. This game is so much. It is. Like, look, this is actually like the most proper race championship set car. Please be careful. How's the Viper like 5th already? It's impressive. This is also a 5-race championship. I just need to remind you guys of that. Is there a Viper on my side? Yeah, there was. There was a Viper on my side. Hello, Corvette. Very interesting racing modification inspired by a real-life car. The Subaru, the really edition, because that's how you abbreviate the word really, is RLY. So the Subaru really edition is just up here. Is this a 5-speed? It looks like a 5-speed. It might be a 5-speed car, but it's been a while since I've driven this spec of Sora. I have to. Oh god, hello. The only difference is that the car's not black. If that Impreza was black, we'd be in meme territory right now. But he's basically here. He is basically here. Just AI rigged, you know. We gotta be like, this car handles fine. It's just gotta be careful on the curves. which is how you go quickly. Because any sort of like curve unsettles this car. Oh hello, the Corvette's actually not up to it. It'd be a shame if someone were to slow you down. Just where the fuck are you going? Come on. Oh fuck. Oh. It's right there. It's chasing me down. Car, please, please, please. Thank you. Go on. It's right there. This car really wants to try wheeling as well. Look at it go! Fuck you and your straight line. This thing is also a really large pumpkin. I regret picking the Sora to a degree, but I knew I needed a quick car. I knew I needed a car that could get 500 horsepower, and this is the only one I could really think of that was entirely shit. Has porpoising physics so advanced. It actually does. Like Mercedes were using this to try and figure out why their car was porpoising last season. Oh god, we need to fucking roll the car again. Shit. Shit. Once we've avoided the curbs, this car's been a lot more controllable. I'll give it that. It has been really controllable since we've avoided the curbs. Mercedes W13 simulator. Come on, car. Go around the corner. Boing. I actually haven't looked into like I will have to check the specs on this car because I would love to know what the fuck this spring rate is at. I would love to know what the spring rate on this car is at. Because every time I do sport suspension with medium stabilizers, it seems to have an absolute nightmare trying to corner. Anything over a curb. Stop! Car! Please! What are you doing? Oh! We blocked the Impreza! That was luck. That was luck if we are not replicating that again. We are never replicating that level of luck again. Holy shit. Oh, that was almost a disaster. We nearly threw it at the end. Viper's nowhere. Evo's dead. Nisbu's GT1 physics being GT1s. Oh god. We can ignore the fact that our qualifying performance was actually trash. We can ignore that fact. Give me that 10 grand. We'll have to check the machine spec in the next session. I didn't realise that the normal car cut gave so much money. That's kind of insane. But it is what it is. Right, machine setting. Set up. Oh, well, there you go. Impreza really edition. Yeah. So that's what the car's actually on. That shouldn't be bouncing like that, but yeah, that sounds about right for GT2, to be fair. But there you go. That's what the suspension setting is on this car. But I still couldn't tell you why it's bouncing all over the place. Oh, you got turbo boost. Huh? You can act. Wait! When could you do this? Hold up. Gran Turismo 7 doesn't even let you do that. You can change how much boost you make. That's sick. I had no idea. So if you wanted to make it less laggy, you could just drop the boost and you get your power sooner. And it's a bit more controllable. But 300, they can if you overclock it. That's sick. Look at the power band. And then look at the torque. That's ridiculous, like. That is cool. Why? Well, yeah, that's probably why it's on level 5. That I've got to check what that looks like on the R33. I've got to check what that looks like because that will probably look insane. Okay, we're at Special Stage Route 5. First time we've done this track on this game, but here we go. What is the gearing on this car? The gearing's really weird. I've just noticed. Like, 3rd to 4th is practically non-existent. Like, 4th to 5th is practically non-existent. 3rd to 4th seems to last forever. This is a much cleaner lap. Probably because there's less curbs. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's useful information. Oh, we completely oversteered there. It's really good to know, but I don't tune my cars. I just run them as is because that's F1. The only time I've ever really tuned a car is in Forza, and that's because I understand what it does there. I don't actually, other than the power restriction stuff, I don't actually really understand what happens in GT7 or GT in general for that matter. The only thing I ever changed was always the gears, and that was about it, because that was the one thing I could understand. It's only a 5-speed. Well, yeah, the really edition ran away from everything, and then the Evo and the 400R, I have no idea. I have no idea what happened to them. I still don't like the fact that the Rally Edition is even an opponent in this championship, but it is what it is. If we get the GTSR first time in the blue colour scheme, I'll be happy, because I'm pretty sure it's this championship where you win it. And I think it's the US and the US UK one where you get the concept car. Another GT1 which I don't think exists in the car. I'm guessing you're from the States? I guess. Because I know Bass is from the Netherlands. Ivan, I'm pretty sure is from the UK. Yeah. NTSC, you can look at the talk on the modified car and get some talk. Yeah, I don't think that exists in the PAL version, because the PAL version was effectively the last release. So the PAL is technically considered the most polished, which by Gran Turismo standards isn't saying a lot. But it always went Japan first, then the US, and then the UK. That's how they did it. But, or rather, I say the UK, just PAL in general. But I think that's because of all the language and localization that they had to do. Because the PAL version, you get 5 languages to select from on the same disc. So that may be why. But we always got the last release. We never ever got the 4,000 pound wheel. It's like, listen, I want wheel spin with my car. Sorry, I want car with my wheel spin. We nearly beat our qualifying time there, which is pretty good going. Car. Like, look, once it gets settled, it's okay. It's just stiff. The car's just really stiff, and I don't like that. I don't think it should be this stiff, but I'm just glad it corners on the most part. But ignore the meme driving that we had at Trial Mountain. This is not terrible. I've had worse. Oh god, car. Hello, really edition. Like, that thing is almost camouflaged on this track. I don't like it. Stop bouncing. look how long 5th gear is. It goes to 5k and just keeps pulling. The power band also drops off at 6100 RPM, which isn't very high on this car, because 6100 is now, and then it starts dropping off the power, and I don't know if that's the turbo. I feel like it might be, but for those low gear pulls, it is super effective. Like, because of where it shifts, it's just perfect. It will just pull in the early part of the gear each time. There we go. Good car. Stop wheeling. You ain't no Escudo. Come on. Round. Corner. Please. There we go. And onto the brake. Careful. Ow. Escudo. Eswheelido. Look at the pull, and then it just slows down. There we go. We beat the Really Edition. I don't know why they called it the Rally Edition. No, right. Esludo. Well, the Escudo is a meme car in its own right. Give me that 10k. I'll be happy if we get the Viper, but I forgot what the other prize car is. I forgot what the other prize car is for this championship. Only on GT2. Only on GT2. Money. They only die in Gran Turismo 2 and 3. 4 they weren't so bad. I mean, 4 they were kind of okay. But 5 they didn't really get it wrong. 6 they were so shit they couldn't get it wrong. 7 they don't get it wrong. Yeah, 2 and 3 it's particularly comfortable. Well, 2 in particular I think is actually the best game, and I'll say why. It was fun enough that it was interesting. There was enough interesting stuff that hasn't happened in GT since, and I also think it's got some of the best events ever in GT. I'll say it. I think it is. But my personal favourite is 3, because I think it just plays so well it can't go wrong. But I think in terms of like content and the quality of it, GT2, for as rushed as it is, was fantastic. Such a good track. How am I last? That's the one track I wish came back. It's been vacant from GT games for so long, and it's also got the best prize car you can win in a GT game. It's like, get your RSC Rally Raid car shit out of here. Get your Rally Raid car shit out of here. Give me that Speed 12. Maybe we'll do a GT2 playthrough at some point, because that at least is a lot easier to make money on compared to this. We'll also have to buy the GTSR and the RT Viper at some point as well. Yeah, swear it's up there as one of the most valuable. It is up there. Oh, Impreza! Get fucked! I don't think GT really saw that coming. Or maybe it was just a leftover from development, maybe they really didn't want you to do it. But yeah, the Speed 12 was the best moneymaker ever. I still miss my F1 as fast though. Give me my F1 as fast. Surely that Rally Edition is going to top out on speed. It feels it to a degree, but it's not actually that bad. Oh my god, the Viper and the Corvette have just monstered the Rally Edition in a straight line. But it's definitely more banked. Like, this completely changed in Gran Turismo 4. 4 is when they completely redid it, because it didn't appear in 3. Oh, I wasn't paying attention when I was going through the chat. The Viper's done it, it's second! I think it only just beat the Impreza, so that thing accelerates quickly, but it has no top out. GT7 version's very nice to look at. Yeah, I'm not a fan of what they did. Or Trial Mountain. I miss my Yeet chicane. I miss my Yeet chicane so fucking much. Qualifying Grand Valley Shore. Let's go. Time to wheel spin forever. Yeah, I think for me the iconic nature of Grand Valley, as much as I don't really like the circuit, I don't think the changes were necessarily. I don't think, right, this may be just me. Objectively, the GT7 version of Grand Valley is better for racing. The downside is that it took away everything that made the track good, like track width. It needs more width. I don't think I would have minded what I don't think I would have minded what they did to Grand Valley Speedway if they just made the track wider, because it feels nearly impossible to overtake. But I also am a person who thinks don't fix what ain't broken, and I think GVS on this game and all the other games right now. They changed it a little bit from PS1 to PS2, and then PS3 to PS4 they changed it a little bit. But PS2 to PS3 they changed it. Because all they really changed was a couple of the like, I don't know if you guys remember, but in the old version of Grand Valley on GT3 you had the long curve that went into the right-hander that we're all familiar with. Not here, but I'll tell you what I mean. So yeah, so this corner we're coming up to here, this that corner there was changed in, I think it was like GT4, GT5 to be a double apex left-hander. You had to pull in, move out, and yeah. So they redid it on GT4 then. But GT3 it was a single corner. So it was like that on this. That's the only real change they did. The other one is that no, that's about it really. I think in a more modern setting, yeah, the double apex works better. But I'm also just like, the long left-hander was more of an interesting one to see how aero fared. But what you guys may not know, or maybe you do, but this track used to be a lot longer, like the full version. Because you know the bridge on the full circuit? That used to have a second, you know that tunnel that you go through, that right-hander onto the bridge? That used to be its own straight into a right-hander through a tunnel to the right-hander that then went over the bridge. Yeah. I think they kind of redid that in GT7 a little bit, but I can't lie, I just prefer the... Also, this was never originally called Grand Valley Speedway, believe it or not. And I can guarantee you guys will never guess what this game's in-track name was originally, before it became Grand Valley. Prawn, yeah, Prawn Speedway. So... because... But yeah, this was originally called Prawn Speedway. And I also have a fun fact about the environment on the... I'll have to check in the test drive track, but I'll show you something. It's really interesting. So, but we'll finish this championship first. Soon the rally edition's behind me. Yep. That Evo 4 is not having a fun time, is it? Give me my money. I've lost track of how many races we are in. Oh. It's the world's worst track, but here we go. Here we go. I wasn't paying attention. I'm too busy looking at the front. I've just realised that it's like a mirror. Yeah, that's the thing. I like this track up until that final sector, which is just ass. It completely ruins any flow of the circuit. Like, do you know what track also needs to come back? The Rome Night circuit. I'm pretty sure that track never got used in any races either, the Rome Night circuit, apart from that one license test in GT2. I swear Rome Night never got used in any of the official races beyond the license test. Yeah, the Rome revamp was just ass. Like, the GT2, GT3 version of Rome was great. GT5, don't talk about it. Yeah, but the manufacturer events are randomised. The manufacturer events are completely randomised circuits. The only thing that's consistent is the car opponents. speaking of one make races, Mr. Bass might already know this, but did you guys know that in GT4 there are 149 one make races, or rather manufacturer events, but there was only 141 main category events in GT4. So you had to do more manufacturer races than you did main events in GT4. That's endurance, Japanese events, European events, American events, extreme events, professional events, beginner events combined. And no one makes for Ford, Dodge. Yeah, that was surprising. Here we go then. Oh, thank you for the speed boost, Viper. I'm pretty sure my Sora didn't need it. Can the Nismo and the Evo 4 do the business on this track? Probably not. Oh my god, I just saw someone too real. I think it was the corner bar. Makes sense. I don't know why they didn't do one for the Ford, considering they have a couple Fords in the game, like the would have been interesting to do a Ford Mustang one, but I don't think there's actually that many Fords. I say there's not that many Fords. I tell a lie. There's a lot of Fords, but there's just no Ford GT. Yeah, that would be true. That'd be true. But do what I really miss? I really miss when race modifying cars. The Dodge Viper makes sense because they've got a few Viper models in there, and then the prize car could have been the Eureka Viper. That would have been cool. I think that was a missed opportunity. But we all know that the only event in GT4 worth doing is the real circuit tours. That's the only event worth doing. Because you get the pace car, and then you can become the meme. Oh. This Sora hasn't been too bad. This Sora, I'm glad I built it the way I did, apart from the fact it's a bit stiff, but this car hasn't been terrible. It's been acceptable enough to drive, and it's beaten the Subaru rally car, which is the main thing. So I know it's a decent build, even for a rear-wheel drive boat. The fun thing is though, do you know what the racing modifieds are in this game, and GT2 for that matter? Do you actually know what these are? Because they are based on the most part, real cars. All of the racing modifieds in this game are based on real life race cars, just not ones we knew existed. Which is kind of insanity. Yeah. So that's why some of them are just like, oh, that looks familiar. But they just changed them enough so they didn't have to license it, which is a bit of a strategy, I'll admit. But like, still waiting for Venturi and Vector to remake their appearances in Gran Turismo. There's a lot of Taikyu and a couple of Super GT cars as well. Not just most of them, but yeah, hiding on Super Taikyu most of them. But some of them were based on Super GT as well. But at the time, we would never have known this. Like, the internet was like so basic back then. I don't think any of us would have known this back at the time. I haven't been keeping count of races. I don't know what race we're on. I guess we'll find out at the end of this one. If we have 36. If we have 36 points, it's race 4. If we have 45, it's the next race. I didn't even have internet until actually got it. That's crazy. I don't think I had internet. I had internet earlier than you, but I think it was like dial-up, which is again insanity. Oh god, car. Oh, sickest corner you'll ever did corner. Subaru needs to piss off. It's like, can you stop? Whoa, nailed it. I don't think this car's too badly built. I think it's a decent enough car. It's drivable. It's competitive. Just be careful with the curbs. Oh. Right, next race. Oh, thank God. Give me my money. Why? Why only 20 grand? You're breaking my heart, game. Instead of got a new machine, it's get the new machine. Good England. But they didn't actually have a professional translator at the time, I don't think. GT2 they mostly did, but not for GT1. I think they self-translated. What did we win? Please tell me it's the Viper. Oh, okay. That's not terrible. It's not the price car I wanted, but it'll do. It's a solid win. One of the better cars in the game at the very least. Right. Under a razor say. I know, right? So yeah, here we go. Obviously, in here it's called Chrysler and it says the new Dodge. Right, but let's go. So I want to show you something on Grand Valley. I've got the car. Well, I've got a car. But I will show you. I want to show you something really interesting. And I think this is again an oversight. So many menus just to do a time trial. Right. I remember using this car to, I remember this being very, very effective with rally racing on GT2. So basically here, right, you've got Aston Martin. Supposedly this is meant to say, something else in the, Japanese version of the game. I'm pretty sure. But supposedly that's meant to be a Chrysler sponsorship board, but it got left in from the overseas version. This is meant to say Chrysler, not New Dodge, which is really interesting because if we, I don't know if you, you can't see it on the. short course. But yeah, that was supposed to be changed to or was it on the reverse version that it made the error? I think it was on the reverse version. We'll have to reverse and turn around. But I'm pretty sure there was like supposedly as well there was a crossover in development. I think it's on a Japanese version of the track, and it was meant to say something else. Smoothest J-turn you'll ever see. Wrong way, fuck off game, I know what I'm doing. Wait, did you guys see that? Yeah. Only in GT2, but some billboards are different. You don't now see that, is it just me? Look, I was driving towards this, right? Am I the only one who... What the hell? Look, what's those billboards in front? What's those billboards in front? Are you ready? Why does it despawn? Nice pop-up. It doesn't even load in. But yeah, they switched the billboards around here, and it's the only time that they did. And I think they were meant to take out this new Dodge one, supposedly. But I thought that was interesting. There you go. We're learning something about this game every day. Crazy. So we do a spot race in the FTO at Autumn Ring Mini. A race for beginners on an ultra short course in a 570 horsepower FTO with 4-wheel drive. Let's go. Also, why is it Autumn Ring Mini all one word? Shall we check? I don't know what the opponents are going to be. I don't actually know. I haven't done a spot race in so long because they don't pay anything. Oh. Oops. I think that's what we call overkill. I think that is what we call overkill. There's a lot of turbo lag in this car, ain't there? Nice pop in. Oh, car, come on, round the corner, round the corner, round the bend. What lap time do you think the AI have done? Ah, well, yeah. Yeah. 46.3. If I've done my maths right, that works out 45.0. No, 45.5. Some of the AI did. 46.3. Wow, so much money. 500 credits? That's a flywheel. banding how aggressive? Let's find out. Do you think they'll rubber band? Oh. I can't tell if they're rubber banding or not. Probably. This thing's quick though. It'll be good for the 4-wheel drive championship. Seconds back. So they were 12 seconds a lap slower than me in qualifying, but they were only 15 seconds back in the race. I'm calling suspicious. Oh, this looks awfully rubber banded to me. Look at how perfectly they're driving, and look how much grip they seem to have. Yeah, that's definitely rubber banded. Oh well. Wow, we got 1,000 credits. Okay, I think now would be a good point to end the stream, I think. It's been good. It's been good. We've won a few cars, bought a few cars. Yeah, it's been a... I'll become one with a pretzel. Nice. Yeah, so... It's getting a bit late. I'll be back Thursday. So I stream 4 times a week. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays... No, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays are when I stream. Sundays have been very, very quiet. So I don't know what to do about them. But Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays are usually pretty good. But this is our garage right now, and obviously we can't modify this for the sake of that one championship until I'm positive we will never need to do that championship again, because the racing mod for this car is so good. TRD is just it's actually better stock. I'll be honest, it's better stock. Concept car, red, just red. A-spec, obviously, funny UFO car. Could have used it for the lightweight cut, but no, I decided to be special and choose the Unos Roadster in that horrible red rim. It wouldn't even be worth selling either. This might be worth modifying though, because it looks great. By the way, Mr. Bass, if you're still here, can I show you something funny? So Unos Roadster is usually eligible for the lightweight cut, right? Usually. Apparently not. Not all UNOS Roadsters are eligible for the lightweight cut. I couldn't tell you why. Oh, we got the 168 day, so we've had another 10 days. My Nismo's still not here. God damn it. I want my Nismo. Wow, it's green. Oh, the Civic Ferrio. Interesting car. What have we got? Oh, there's a Ferrio Civic SI here. I have a soft spot for the Ferrio, but I don't actually know why. Obviously, you got a Prelude, Type S, the SIR, Integra. I think we go and treat ourselves. And get one of my favourite cars in the world, actually. But not right now. Mitsubishi, is there anything here? GTO. TVR. The Griffith might be an interesting car to tune up. Subaru! Nothing here. Just a 94 Imprezzo with a very fancy font. Yeah, there's still a fair few cars in this game, but there's also somehow not many. Oh, there's no 20B version of the Cosmo right now. We do need a front-wheel drive car, Atlantis. It's just like, yeah, okay. It tried. What do you think we should do, guys? Let me know in chat. Because obviously we've got a fair few cars here. We could modify the Camaro, actually. I haven't checked Chevrolet. Chevrolet. Oh, you got standard Z28 there. It's there. Corvette Coupe. It's just a standard C4. Then you got the Grand Sport, obviously, which you can't change the colour of. Fun. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there. I'm going to call it a night. It's been good fun though, guys. Thank you for joining. We might pick up GT1 again, maybe next stream actually. We'll see. It's been popular today, and it's been fun to revisit. Obviously, we've got a fair bit of progress done, but we're also nowhere near done. So, yeah, I think that'll have to do for now. See you all next time. Thank you so much for joining, and see you Thursday, hopefully, for whatever that will be. And, yeah, take it easy. Bye!